At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
Hi, and welcome to the 2-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business trainer, author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner, and the forthcoming book, Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. All this week, I'm going to be talking about SOS, and SOS stands for Speed of Service. That is defined as the moment the guest enters your line to the time it takes you to hand out the food. Each second of that time span is your speed of service, and that grand total time is the guest waiting on you and waiting on your staff. Remember, moving the line faster puts more money in your pocket. Speed is something you can control. Fast or slow, it's all on you as the owner to set the pace. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for the podcast. I'm going to explain to you in real time how you should be taking an order on a food truck. I'm going to go through it step by step, and I'm also going to have you guys waiting exactly the same amount of time as it takes. What that means is there's going to be a little bit of dead air on this podcast. In other words, there's not going to be anything to entertain you, just like your guests have nothing to entertain them while they're waiting on you to produce the food or while they're waiting on you to move the line that's in front of them. So whenever I talk to a food truck owner, I set a goal for them for their very first speed of service goal being to take 1 order per minute. That means a maximum total of 60 orders an hour. And there's certain things that have to happen for you to be able to take 1 order per minute. Now, we're not talking about your cook time. All we're talking about is the cashier right now. Take 1 order per minute. And then later on this week, I'll talk to you about how the cashier has to be able to pay attention to the cook's line to see where they are at any given point during the service process to know whether they need to slow down their pace a little bit or if they can continue to go 1 order per minute. So let's say that we step up to a food truck and in front of us are 2 other people, the first of which has just stepped up to have their order taken. So that means that you and me are going to be waiting 2 full minutes before the order ever gets started. So let us start the timer. That's 1 minute. So we get to step forward a step. There's still 1 more person in front of us. Okay, that's been 2 full minutes. So we're getting greeted by the cashier. The cashier says, "Hi, welcome to the food truck. Would you like to try our bacon cheeseburger today?" Now, we've had opportunity to read the menu, so we have an idea of what we want, and we say, "Yes, I would like that barbecue bacon cheeseburger, but could you please make it no onions?" The cashier at that point should read back exactly what we've said. I have your order as one barbecue bacon cheeseburger without onions. Would you like to have a fry or a drink to go along with that? At this point, we either accept or decline the suggested sell. And let's say we want the fry, but we don't want a drink. And we tell them that. So then the cashier says, okay, that brings your total up to $10.20. Will that be cash or credit? And then you give them the cash or the credit. And while they're getting ready to input that information, they say, can I have your cell phone number so that way we can text you when the order's up? Our system will automatically do that. So we give them our cell phone number and they give us the change or our credit card back and we step out of line. And that should have been right at a minute. And now we're at the mercy of the cook's line. Let's assume that they are a cook to order truck and they're going to take 8 minutes to put out that burger. Are you getting antsy yet? It's only been 3 minutes since they gave us our change. But when you don't have something to do, it seems like forever. Now imagine if you're hungry while you're waiting. guess what? Still not our order is up, but we did see the person that was 2 in front of us got their food, so at least we're seeing some movement now. Anything that had been happening prior to this, we had no idea how long those people had been in line. But now someone we could observe has gotten their food. Now we see the guy that was directly in front of us got his food. We're excited because we know we've got to be next. But tell me, how would you feel if someone else got food before you, especially someone that came in after you did? Regardless of the size of your order, you're upset that their food came out first. And there we have it. 8 minutes after we've placed our order, the food comes up. That was an 8-minute wait you and I had together. And that was painful to sit there with no information, no nothing, no entertainment for 8 minutes. Now imagine you step up to a truck and they say, hey, it's going to be 15 minutes, it's going to be 20 minutes, it's going to be 30 minutes. How's that going to make you feel? You cook at home. Does it take you 30 minutes when you've already got prep work already done and out of the way to cook something? Especially when it's an order you yourself could make at home, like a hamburger. Oh, it'd be a 30-minute wait. Does that make you feel good? You got to be honest. You can't be tainted because you think your food is so awesome that people are going to wait for it. I hear this all the time when people say, I'm cooked to order because people like fresh food. I'm not fast food. There's nothing wrong with fast food if it's done properly. That's the problem. All the fast food restaurants, and I've worked for nearly all of them, have policies and procedures to make sure that their food stays of the highest quality possible. The breakdown isn't in the policy and the procedures. The breakdown is in the human beings that are too lazy, and when the little expiration timer goes off, they just go ahead and reset it so they don't have to go cook more fresh food. Or the manager's yelling at them because, hey, our food cost is too high. We can't be throwing this stuff away. And instead of controlling the food the way they should be, they just, we'll just let it go. Another 10 minutes. No big deal. I know of district managers that work for certain restaurant chains that have actually told the employees it is not old till it's sold. So it's not a policy and procedure or quality issue. It's a human issue. The same with your food truck. Whatever your original cook time goal was, if it's 8 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 3 minutes, you should be consistent with that for the majority of your guests that you handle. So we just sat through 10 minutes worth of near silence. That's what your guest is dealing with if you have an 8-minute cook time and can hit that consistently. I'm sure it was tough on you to sit there. When's Bill going to talk again? It's not as easy when you're waiting on food and you're hungry. You guys on the food truck are working and you're working hard. But those people that just ordered, they're not working. They're just hungry. That's why they came to you in the first place. They want you to satisfy that hunger. And I can promise you, if you don't satisfy that hunger quickly enough, even though they might tell you, yeah, the food's awesome, it's worth the wait, dude, they will not schedule coming back to visit you unless they have time to waste. When they're pushed for time, you will not be their choice. Do you ever want to give somebody the opportunity to go eat with somebody else on purpose because you're slow? People are going to eat at other restaurants and other food trucks and other hot dog carts simply because they want variety. But you don't want to encourage them to eat somewhere else because you're just too darn slow. Thank you guys for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding the information helpful in your food truck business, please become a supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They all have your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.